What's so great about history poli-sci is that it's a study of people, and people are fascinating. And we say at Vanguard, your story matters, and I feel like our department really gets that, because it's all about people's stories.
I mean, it's all over social media how we don't know history, so it's obviously a subject that the culture's screaming that we need to know better.
What's that old saying? Those who do not know history are doomed to repeat it. So I think that is a great way to prevent yourself from doing something dumb that someone else has already done.
HPS, our History and Political Science department, is one of the few in the country that offers a combined history and poli-sci major. They get 2 majors for the price of 1.
You can't study history without integrating politics, and likewise, you can't study political science without looking at all the historical events.
One of the biggest misconceptions is that history is boring, that, oh, the department's pretty small. And I'm like, no, it's not dry, it's not boring. Though we're small, I think that we're really vibrant and full of colors.
We really emphasize hands-on experience, whether that is playing a role-playing game where they're getting to experience the past by acting it out, whether it's doing part of the class as an internship, putting together maybe a video project.
Students that enter into this department aren't just going to get one teaching method all the time. So it's not always going to be lecture, it's not always going to be collaborative learning, and it's not always going to be experiential learning. It's going to be a rotation of all those different things across the 4 years.
Vanguard University is a small liberal arts college, but because of that, you get involved so closely with all the students and the faculty on campus, which is really special.
The relationships I was able to build with each and every single one of my professors was amazing. The class size was amazing.
It was just this experience that I've never felt before, being close with professors and with classmates.
And whenever there was something that I needed extra help on, or a better understanding, or even just like an emotional crisis, I felt very supported by my professors and by the department. I don't think that's very common in undergrad.
Definitely being able to have not 1 but 2 honor societies is just amazing.
And it's also really good for future employers, again, to show that you are someone who really worked hard and applied yourself.
Thanks to the political science and history department, I became a published author, which is like my favorite thing to tell people. I'm just like, oh, I'm a published author. The history and political science department has their own specific history and political science journal called Cleo and Cicero. So I published my one-child policy paper in that, and that skill has actually been very helpful in law school.
A lot of people will say, oh, you studied history and political science. Are you going to be a lawyer? Are you going to be a teacher? And there's actually so much that you can do with it.
There is really no limit on what you can do with a degree, because there are skills that are interwoven while you're in the major that can go into any other type of job.
Research, reading, writing, skills of persuasion, which are all skills that are super useful in the job market. So really, anything that they want to pursue, this department really prepares them for those different fields.
You will definitely find some really good friends here, and the faculty are amazing.
People now, their story matters in the sense they're going to be changing history, they're going to be changing political science, they're going to be changing the course of our country, our world. And so I always say to my students, you're the ones make the decisions now that people are going to be lecturing about in 50 years, 100 years. What are you going to choose? How are you going to make a difference?
I invite you to become part of the Vanguard story.